There we go.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay, good. I don't know if this is too dark. I don't know. Yeah, this.
No, I can see it. I can see it. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm gonna turn this back on. So, what time is it over there?
Oh, it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30 a.m.
Oh, it's too early. Are you in Australia full time now?
No. I'm actually in Los Angeles full time.
Oh.
And I've just come back because I had a couple of gigs to do, and then we have the ARIA Awards, which is I suppose the equivalent of the AMAs, maybe in America. It's the Australian Music Awards.
Okay.
So that's next week. So I came back for that as well because I'm nominated for a couple of awards, and we're still waiting to find out. We're going to find out tomorrow. There's a possibility of myself, Kevin Rudolph, and Ayaz. Remember, Shawty's like a melody in my head. The three of us doing like a big montage performance together of our three hits, because the three songs we had were all #1 in Australia, and we were going to do like kind of a singing together and singing each other's songs. So we're waiting to find out if that's all going to come together on Monday, and if not, I'll come home, and if it does, I'll stay around and go to the areas.
Is Delta gonna come with you?
No, she's not. She is so elbow deep in her album at the moment. She doesn't leave the house because we got a new studio in the house. So she literally just wakes up in the morning, she's down at the piano, she's writing songs. She just doesn't leave. She's so engrossed in the album right now.
Yeah.
She can't take time out.
Because I was in Australia 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't turn on the news, and it was all about your pending wedding and all of the speculation and all of that good stuff.
It's so hilarious. We get it every day, you know. It's hilarious. We got engaged. God, I don't even know how long we've been engaged now. It's been a few years, but we get the question every day, when is the wedding? When is the wedding? We're like, look, when we're going to get married, we're going to tell you, you know. And it's not that we don't want to get married. It's just with our job. We're traveling around the world and we're working so hard. We don't want the wedding to be just like a gig where we, plan it for 2 days. We want to spend 6 months planning it and make it beautiful. And then when we get married, spend some time together alone and enjoy married life.
Yeah, absolutely. But sooner or later will come, I'm sure.
Yeah, and when it does, we'll tell everybody. But everybody else wants to know every day when's it going to happen.
So tell me a little bit about Wall of Sounds, because you were talking earlier about sort of synth music, and sort of that was is the sound of the record.
Yeah.
So how did this album come about?
By accident, actually. I just finished I just finished the cycle of my last solo record, Set in Stone. And I was bored, and I went to the studio and I met this guy, Rob Connolly, who's my partner now. And we just started kind of messing around the studio, almost making a dance record. And originally the plan was that we would write and produce this whole dance record, and then we'd get different featuring vocalists to sing all the songs. It's sort of like a Mark Ronson kind of a vibe, where he makes the music, writes the songs, but doesn't perform them. And it went through numerous changes. It went then to we were actually going to be a band, and I was going to be the singer, and the two of us would perform kind of Savage Garden style. And it went on, and then in the end, actually, it was Universal, the label, were like, look, we really, really love this record, but at first we were like, this can't be your record because it's so far removed from what people associate with a Brian McFadden record. And when I played them Just Say So, everyone just went, you know what? It's so different, but it's a hit. For them, it's like this. It's a hit song. You can't get away from it. And there was a lot of people in the label were really confused, and they were really nervous about releasing the record. And we put it out, and it was the biggest selling single this year in Australia. And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Well, that's what you got to do then." It's obviously what's working for you. And actually, the funny thing about Wall of Sounds is the Wall of Sounds that I released in Australia won't be the same one I released in the States, because when I put out Just Say So, as I started to go along, I've probably got another 9, 10 new songs that will probably make the album. So I reckon the record that will come out in America and in Europe will probably be, maybe 3 or 4 songs off the current Wall of Sounds record, and then the rest will be all these new records I've written.
Oh. So the additional songs that you're doing for this alternate version of the record, are those also songs you're doing with Rob Conley, or? Yeah,
I do everything with Rob. We're partners.
Okay.
I suppose the equivalent of like Neptunes or something. That's we just do, and even for other people, we've been working on for Leona Lewis's album, and working on you remember Maxi Priest, the big reggae star? But his son Marvin Priest just signed to Island Records, and we're doing his record as well, which is sort of like Black Eyed Peas meets Sean Paul meets Jason Derulo.
So you're the songwriter and he's the producer.
No. We put both together.
Okay.
Songwrite and produce. We co-produce and co-write everything.
Was it ever challenging for you to sort of do this different type of sound?
No, it was actually less challenging.
Ah.
I think it was more challenging when I used to write more pop rock songs because, you know, I think there's a lot more based on the song and the lyric of a pop rock song. I think, especially my first two albums, they were very lyric heavy and quite deep. And whereas now it's you just have to have fun with these pop records, you know. And you know, I think with the old record, you'd finish it and you'd sit back and you'd sit in the desk and you'd be listening for parts and go, does it move me here? Does it move me there? And now with the records, we finish it, we just bang it up as loud as we can and act like we're in a nightclub. And if we're dancing to it and we're singing back the hook, that's when it feels right, you know. And it's actually easier and much more enjoyable for me to do as well. It's just unfortunate for me that this record has come out so late in America because Just Say So's been around for 2 years, you know. And we were, again, that was the other thing. When we were doing this record, people were like, you know, this is dance music. This isn't going to get played on radio. And obviously, you know, it's taken so long to get it all together and you know, to work out the American deal and the European deal. And it feels really weird now. Just Say So coming out now, even though it's got that four on the floor dance beat, kind of feels like, well, there's lots of other songs like that on the radio, you know, with Teo and Jason and Katy Perry and what's her name, Kesha. Mm-hmm. But when we originally wrote Just Say So, there was nobody else doing it. It was coming off the back of that kind of pop rock thing again. Without sounding like an arrogant twat, I think we can definitely give some of these American boys a run for their money, some of these big stars.
How do you look back at your time with Westlife? I mean, it's been a few years now and so many things have happened. How do you look back at that experience? What has it taught you mostly?
It was an amazing time. It's actually funny you said that. I was actually watching a couple of old Westlife videos last night on YouTube. I still watch old videos and I watch some DVD tours and stuff like that. And yeah, I loved it. I loved every second of it. You know, I went from working, you know, at a security guard at McDonald's to traveling the world with four of my best friends, you know, meeting the Pope, playing, you know, football stadiums, doing these most ridiculous things that you know, and for an Irish kid, these are things you just seen on TV or in the movies, you know, real pop stars. And for us to be pop stars was a joke to us. It was a laugh. When screaming girls would be waiting at airports, we could never get our head around it. It was quite hilarious to us.
You left it though. You left it.
Yeah, I left it because I wanted to make my own music, and you know, I had some personal things in my life as well. And Westlife's a hard job, you know. I think being a solo artist, you know, I can spend 2 years making a record and take my time with it and enjoy my life, enjoy my family, and you know, have a good balance. But Westlife, it is all about Westlife. And when I was in Westlife, every single day was about Westlife.
What are the plans for the US right now?
Well, the song's gone to radio, so I suppose it's in the hands of American radio at the moment. You know, as soon as they start playing it, I suppose I'll start going to visit radio stations and see how it goes. But there's not really much we can do until people start to hear the song. I would like it to be here because I would like to go and play gigs in America. I think that's, you know, it's all fine hearing the song on the radio, but I think my thing is when I get on stage and try and entertain the crowd. So I hope it works so I can do that.
Things are going really well for you. You seem happy.
Well, you know what? Even when things weren't going great, I was still always happy. You know, I count myself as a very, very lucky guy. You know, as I said to you, 12 years ago, I was standing outside McDonald's doing security for $4 an hour. And, you know, I got a very lucky opportunity being in Westlife. So no matter what happens in my career, whether it goes up or down, I'll always have a smile on my face because nothing can take away what's happened so far in my life. I've got 2 beautiful children. So it's not. I'm not happy and smiling because my career's going well or any of that. I'm happy and smiling because I'm a lucky guy. Yeah. You've got my number. Call me when you get there. And if you ever want to speak again, just give me a bell.
All right, I will do that. Thank you very much and have a great Saturday.
You too, bro. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.